Hold on tight, spider monkey.
As if you could outrun me!
It's more than some crush, Bella.
I don't even know what you're saying. How?
I hope you enjoy disappointment.
I hope you enjoy disappointment.
As if you could outrun me.
All right, we're in here.
And so is Bodhi.
So is Bodhi. All right, well, oh my gosh, what episode is this?
Six.
We're only on 6.
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome to my Twilight Fantasy podcast.
Numero 6.
Yeah, this is our 6th episode. Which
Don't mind
means-
any chewing noises you might hear.
Yeah,
We got ice cream.
Maya copped a shit ton of ice cream for us, so we are chowing down. Mm-hmm. What flavor do you have, Tyree?
Butter pecan.
What does that taste like?
It's just ice cream, like vanilla ice cream with pecan.
Oh, it tastes like ice cream. Sorry.
It's like
Which one do you get, Maya?
I couldn't decide between. Well, I initially got the black raspberry chip for Paul, but
Rude.
I would love it there.
then I also got raspberry cheesecake because I know that we've had that before
Yeah,
and liked it. But I was thinking about eating his.
you should.
I might switch to it.
He's not here.
This
Out
is
of
really
spite.
really sweet.
Out of spite.
I bet. BRB.
All right. Well, yeah. Welcome back to my Twilight Fantasy podcast. Coming at you live from my apartment. I guess it's not live.
Studio 180 in Rockefeller Plaza.
But I'm Anna.
I'm Tyree, also known as T. Dreesy.
And I'm Maya.
You made it back in time. Wait, what flavor is that now?
This is black raspberry chip.
The other one,
Hell
Paul,
yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it the most popular flavor in Ohio?
It's definitely Grater's most popular flavor, and people at the ice cream shop where I work, my second job, they go crazy for it. But I don't know why, because it's not that lit, honestly.
Is it as good as Grater's?
The Grater's has bigger, chocolate chunks.
I'm not a fan of chocolate chunks in ice cream.
Me
No.
either. At all, they just hurt my mouth.
Yeah, because they're frozen.
Yes,
They're gonna break your goddamn teeth.
but the crazy thing is we also sell this ice cream without the
I need my
chocolate chunks in it
cucumber
under
lotion,
a
sir.
different name. Isn't that wild?
Is it good?
It's the exact same. So yes.
I've been waiting for something like that my whole life.
Well, you know where to find me.
Yeah. Cut me
Sir,
some of that
I
next
need
time.
my
Okay.
cucumber lotion.
All right. Is
No, he's fine.
Is he bothering you?
He's Bodhi. Is he Bodhi you?
so my dog Bodhi, as you guys, what was it? The first episode, he barked his shit on.
It wasn't the first one.
It was like the third or something.
You could hear my cat meowing in the first one.
Right. Yeah. Sly was biting my feet in the first one. Bodhi was barking in the third one. But right now, Bodhi's out of his crate and doing okay. But if he licks your legs too much, Tyree, let me know.
Yeah, he just likes the cucumber lotion that I wear.
Cute. All right.
I don't have anything.
Well, I guess we should get into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you just take a picture of your ice cream?
Let's send it to Paul.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm looking out of it like.
Okay. Can I check your guys' levels real quick? Can you talk? Because I think the ice cream's distracted us a bit.
Levels. Get in my elevator.
As long as you talk like that, just don't yell.
Now or later.
Did you talk?
I don't think so.
Okay.
How
we're
far
good.
is
It's
this
fine.
okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
All right. So, in this episode, we are covering Chapter 6, which, can we all agree is the most spicy chapter yet?
It's extremely spicy.
Too spicy for the pepper.
Buffalo sauce all over this hoe.
Have we told people about your love for
I don't
buffalo
think so.
sauce?
It's kind of hard to sneak that into conversation.
Though you try.
You talk about Edward and being bland. She's just by the way, buffalo sauce.
Yeah,
Drops exits the room.
where we work, we have a custom, I don't know why I said custom, a homemade buffalo sauce that's actually pretty lit.
It slaps.
But I think Maya lives for it.
Yeah. So we work in a kitchen. I feel like it's really difficult to give away where it is.
Yeah.
We make normal stuff. Buffalo sauce. I am in charge of making the rice every week. I leave with 2 shoefuls full of rice. And everything that doesn't make it into my shoes, we serve to the customers. I'm kidding.
And some even from the shoes.
Just do a light sprinkle.
Anyway, I used to, when I started working there, The smell of cooking rice was very nauseating to me.
Yeah.
I think I just associated it with how hot the kitchen was.
Uh-huh.
And the buffalo rice, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. The buffalo sauce I didn't like either because doing the dishes all the time, the spiciness of the sauce somehow like hurts your eyes when you're washing out the dishes.
Also when it's cooking.
Also
Yeah.
when it's cooking, it's
You
worse
feel
when
it-
it's cooking.
You feel it in your chest.
Yep. Definitely.
I
But
started crying the other day.
really, it used to, when I get it on my skin, it doesn't feel nice.
Wait, can you tell everybody what happened today?
Yeah, I guess so. So one job is in the kitchen and the other job is in the ice cream shop. And I was actually shocked when this happened because I know I'm sensitive, but goddamn. I got some ice cream on my arm and it started hurting. It wasn't even spicy.
Wait, what ice cream would be spicy?
I think that they do have a spicy ice cream flavor.
I hate that.
I've never tried it. We don't carry it at the store where I work, but it's like a
'cause
spicy
it shouldn't
peanut butter.
exist.
No, it shouldn't. But neither should spicy peanut sauce.
Okay.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Have either of you tried it?
Absolutely
Yes,
not.
I have. But I don't like
believe
peanut butter.
Yeah, well, then you're
Yeah.
disregard you. Who doesn't like peanut butter?
Me.
I like it. It's sticky though.
That's a weird reason to like it. That's usually why people
I
don't
dislike
like
it because it's sticky.
Oh, I think you said you like it because it's sticky.
The story for my dislike of
Bodhi,
peanut butter
stop.
started when I was a boy.
Are we going to talk about Twilight or no?
You're a boy?
Yeah.
all
okay,
boys.
Yeah, we're all just males.
I feel like a male on the inside. I'm not transgender.
We're just all non-binary.
All right, I'm going to pause it so I can put him away.
Okay. Sorry, Bodhi.
Okay, we're back.
Did you put your baby down
I didn't put him down.
for a nap?
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
permanent nap
the dog is secured.
in the ground.
So, yeah, maybe we should talk about Twilight.
Yeah, since we haven't gotten into that yet. I mean,
All right, yeah. We are the Twilight Fantasy Podcast, so...
Okay, but did we even talk about the buffalo rice yet?
Oh my god, no.
All right, let me
please
finish this
continue.
up really quickly.
Yeah.
So the smell of the rice used to be nauseating. The smell of the buffalo sauce was gross to me, and then I have no idea why. Maybe it was Andy, who we used to work with. She was like, told me one day about how she put hot sauce on white rice as like a snack. And long story short, I am addicted to it, and even thinking about it makes my mouth water. My mouth is watering right now thinking about buffalo rice. I just have to smell it, and it's like Edward and Bella's blood. It's like my own personal brand of heroin.
Oh, I'm calling the police.
No. I hate that.
I love it.
I know you do.
So you're out of the podcast.
Well, I knew it would happen eventually.
It was a nice run.
You know, I've tried it a couple of times. It just doesn't really do it for me.
It too
But
is
I'm
my
happy
pickle.
you're happy.
Yeah, it helps to, you've got to have like a drink with it that's a very different flavor.
Mm-hmm.
You like sweet and spicy or salty and spicy.
Mm-hmm.
That helps a lot. And you've got to use enough sauce, but like as much as you can without lighting yourself on fire,
Lit.
Yeah, it was too much.
What?
It just tears your throat up.
all the way.
Yikes. Okay. Well, now that we've got that settled,
Yep.
we're doing chapter 6 today.
Spicy stories.
Spicy stories. Yeah, so what is chapter 6 called? I forgot to write that in my
Scary
notes.
stories.
Scary stories, yeah. Okay. So,
Can I read the chapter overview?
oh yeah, go for it.
All right, I'll try to keep this brief. I try to do this like for every episode, but mine are always too detailed, and yours are always better.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so the chapter opens with Bella. She was reading Macbeth in her bedroom before Charlie gets home from work, waiting for her truck to get dropped off because remember, at the end of last chapter, Edward had forced her to, accept a ride home. And,
After she fainted.
yeah, whatever. Could you hear us rolling our eyes?
Yeah.
So then she keeps checking for it, and somehow it just appears there silently one time when she checks for it. How'd that happen? I'm not really sure. Like, did they vampire push it?
That's what I was thinking. I'm gonna like carry it.
How did they make that quiet? I don't know.
The vampire push.
It's like an aggressive shove.
All right.
Anyway, so then the next day at school, it's Friday, and the Cullens, or at least Edward and what's-his-face, Emmett, are not there.
Yeah.
All of Bella's friends are really, really curious about her lunch with Edward yesterday and what they talked about, and they could get pretty frustrated when Bella doesn't
Elaborate.
at all. At one point, Bella catches Lauren, who's not even in the movies, a character.
A random itch.
Yeah, and she's talking shit, and Mike stands up for her a little bit, but instead of reacting or like addressing the situation, Bella just pretends like she didn't hear that, which I think is a weak itch move.
Yeah, we need to note that. Go back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then over dinner on Friday night, Bella tells Charlie about her plans to go to the beach with her school friends, and he approves after he asks for all of their last names and gives her a family history. She also asks if he knows anything about the campgrounds at Goat Rocks, which is where Edward said he was going. Charlie says that's not a good place for camping at all, and it's more of a hunting spot.
Ooh.
And Bella just says she must have gotten the name wrong and then changes the subject. And then on Saturday, the sun actually comes out, and Bella dodges the cattiness during the beach trip, admiring tide pools. She thinks about Edward, and she runs into Jacob for the first time in years. Which is totally not how it happens in the movies, also.
And also, Jacob is my husband.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
Jacob recognizes her. She uses him as an excuse to get away from the group, and he tells her the tribal legends about how what is their tribe? How do you pronounce that?
Quiet.
Quiet?
Quiet.
Quiet?
I think so.
Descend from wolves, and their natural enemy is the quote-unquote cold ones. He, much to my disappointment, mentions the Cullen family by name
Yeah.
and says that they hunt animals instead of humans. I thought that was extremely underwhelming in terms of the major reveal of the book.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. I'm just gonna put these snacks over here.
Oh, are you done?
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh. Okay, yeah. So,
What's the first thing you guys want to touch on?
oh man.
How Bella has no hobbies, no friends, and does nothing for fun.
Yes.
I think those are those are the first half of my notes.
Same.
So, number one, Lauren.
Okay.
Why? I think it's good that they took her out of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because why in the whole mess of figuring out who's a vampire, who's not, who's whatever, why do we have to have a mean girl?
Right.
And then also, like, other than, like, talking crap, what is her role? She literally was not mentioned until this chapter.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
girl, like, you don't have anything better to do.
I think
And-
she goes with Tyler, though. Like,
Yeah, she's...
is his distraction from
Yeah.
Bella.
And along with just, like, Lauren not being mentioned or Bella not caring or whatever, in this chapter, it's still highlighted just as much how much Bella makes no effort to remember people
Yeah.
or to take any interest in them at all, because how many months has she been here now? And she is still referring to people as, literally on page 115, she refers to a guy as, I think that's Ben,
Oof.
who is one of, like, Mike's best friends.
Ugh.
Like,
Hello?
yeah, that's a little
Yeah.
shitty.
I have more to say on this topic in the next chapter, but Bella's not an interesting person.
No, and she's a baby back itch. Like, going back to, like, when Lauren was talking about her, she said that she sort of just, like, falls behind because she doesn't want to hear her talking about her. If you don't confront that hoe, like, she openly is talking about you right next to you, and you're going to let her just continue to talk about you. And then she let Mike stand up for her, which is, like, she's, like, loyally, because, like, I'm sorry, because ever since she, like, compared him to a dog,
I can't.
like, he's a loyal dog.
He's just
Well,
a
yeah.
Labrador retriever.
In my
Yeah.
mind, no shit, as I'm reading this, like, I imagine him as a golden retriever that speaks.
Honestly, and now that in this chapter specifically, every time she mentions Mike, she mentions Jessica as his shadow. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, if he's a dog, what the fuck does that make her? His
Dingleberry.
No.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, I'm sorry, still eating ice cream at this point. Bella's super boring, has no hobbies or anything like that. But this is the first chapter where she shows any inkling of interest in anything other than Edward.
I definitely made notes about that too.
With the title pulls.
Yep. So
But
let's.
she still mentions Edward in it.
She does.
She still mentions Edward, which, Maya, you were the almost English major, so I'm sure you can pull us in. But I was like, is this a goddamn metaphor for something? Because if it is, I can't.
So I have some notes on that.
Okay. Do you want to explain while I put this away?
Yes, I don't know exactly what that means. I don't. And I say this again in the next chapter, but Bella's behavior is almost that of an alien who knows only what American teenagers, how they behave based on, like, guessing from TV and movies, you know? So, of course, she's going to be, like, way stereotypically, like, obsessed with Edward. And she's like, oh, I see this beautiful thing. It makes me think of Edward.
He told me not to fall into the ocean.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. I don't kind of get where that's coming from. But maybe, to me, that was, like, maybe suggesting that Jacob, since it's his reservation, that's, like, his land, that there's more interest there that will come.
Okay, there was also a thing that I noted about Jacob, how when she was talking to him, I know this is, like, skipping a little bit further ahead in the chapter, but she was, like, talking about how, like, she would just use him.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
whoa.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then by the end of it, she starts using him to get away from everyone, and then by the end of it, she's like, oh, he's actually, I like that. Yeah. I was flirting with him. I liked that. I liked him.
Yeah.
But I also want to talk about the driftwood for a second. This might have gone right.
Nope.
Okay.
I picked up on it.
I thought it was unimportant somewhat, but I felt like to get really English major on it, I feel like there was a potential symbolism of the blue flames of the driftwood, because the blue flame subverts your expectations of what a fire looks like and how a fire behaves, and so this whole experience at the beach subverts Bella's expectations of what Forks is like, what these people are like, and what lies for her on this reservation. So she expects to have a bad time, but ends up meeting Jacob and actually having a good time. Mm-hmm. So, and probably the best time she's had so far.
Right.
At any moment.
Baseball team.
Although she still somehow manages to complain about Forks.
Yeah.
In that conversation. But,
yeah, and I don't know why they hate it so much. And more on that in the next episode.
Yeah. Also, in the next episode, Maya, you're going to be so proud of me. I English majored the fuck out of something.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Yeah. So, we'll get to, like, Bella's whole in-depth conversation with Jacob, but can I mention just a tidbit they mentioned at the very beginning of it? Mm-hmm. So, when they mention... So, in the movies, Jacob doesn't have sisters, but in the movies, it showed that, like, Jacob and Bella used to, like, play together as children. But what we're actually told in the books is that Jacob has two older twin sisters, Rebecca and Rachel, who are more Bella's age. And just our talks on, like, Bella's relationship with her father, I thought that this line was really interesting. So on page 119, where she starts explaining, like, Rebecca and Rachel in her inner monologue, she mentions how during her past fishing trips with her dad, he pushed Bella, like, basically onto Rebecca and Rachel so that he and Billy could fish unbothered. Mm-hmm. So that was the very first, like, sort of tidbit of, like, maybe that's why Bella holds some resentment towards Billy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or not
both
Billy.
Both of them, but Charlie.
Yeah. But, I mean, before that, we still don't know why she holds so much, like, hatred towards him.
Yeah.
Or not even just hatred, but just, like...
Some kind of... Is animosity too strong of a word?
No, it's definitely animosity because she doesn't regard him in, like, a really positive sense, you know? So I thought, like, maybe that was the first look into, like, even though she lived with her mother and she visited her father a couple of times a year, maybe that time wasn't actually well spent. It wasn't quality time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying more trying to just do his own thing.
Yeah.
And he still is.
Right.
But on the next page, Jacob mentions what his sisters are up to now. And he mentions that one of them is married.
Yikes.
Yeah, and her response is, married. Wow, I was stunned. The twins were only a little over a year older than I was.
Foreshadowing?
Foreshadowing for sure, but also, like, maybe I'm, again, getting ahead of ourselves, but she also makes a note about that in the next chapter, where she's like, I can't believe my mom was married just 2 years older than I am right now.
Oh my
Girl,
God.
why are you following in these footsteps? Why?
And she doesn't, like, she knows homeboy for, like, a year and 3 months. She's just like, marriage.
I don't get that.
I don't get that either.
It's beyond me.
Even if that is, like, your soulmate, like, don't push it.
I don't give a damn.
Just don't push it.
Do you believe in soulmates?
Yes. Not in the fact that, like, soulmate, like, romantically, but, like...
Like in the Korean soap drama type of way?
Yeah, not like, yeah, like a soulmate, like... even though I finished watching one, like, a year ago about that, but...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
But, like, someone that, like, is, like, your other half, it doesn't have to be romantically, but, like, in friendship and stuff like that, too. I do believe in that.
I have a friend soulmate.
Don't remember asking.
Oof. Tyree, I feel like you're my friend's soulmate.
I feel the same.
You know what? Fuck both y'all. I hate y'all. All right, podcast is over. This is ending.
Who's your friend soulmate? Is it the one that you're gonna go visit?
Who am I going to visit?
The one that you asked about your Friday and you came back Saturday.
No. I don't know. I thought it was one person, but now I think it's another. I'm a little confused.
Who?
Say their names, both of their names.
Nope.
Speak
Full
their name.
government name.
No, I'm just kidding. My friend soulmate is Audrey.
Aw.
But
She's my best friend.
that's who I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
Let me fix this. Keeps aggravating me. Here we go.
All right. Anyway, back to Twilight. What were we talking about? All right, so should we, like, go a little more in... Oh, wait, before we go more in on their conversation, why is Bella just so unnecessarily rude to Mike, though?
Like, homeboy's just trying to be nice to her.
I know, but okay, so on page 114. Flip, flip, flip.
I got page 113, too.
Okay.
With them.
When he asks her to, like, ride in his car, she says she agrees, and then she says, it was so easy to make Mike happy.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like
rude.
that was a little bit relatable on one hand, because, like, I don't know. You ever feel like you're just doing stuff to make other people happy?
Yeah, all the time.
But then she, like, immediately backpedals on that and is like, but you can't make Jessica happy at the same time. Like, dude, just fall to the background where you belong. Just get out of their business.
Yeah.
Your wallflower self.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just like she's always talking about, like, throughout the entire chapter, she's talking about, like, appeasing him and, like, how she sat next to Mike and then Jessica wasn't happy, or Mike started talking to her and they have a conversation. Jessica's over in the cut, like, brooding. And then, like, and then it's just like Jessica was only happy when she was next to Mike or when she had Mike's attention. For starters, I don't even know why. I know I mentioned this, like, every chapter, but I still don't know why Bella's entertaining her.
Me either, because she's not a good friend.
Yeah, I understand, like, it was her, like, Jessica's friend group first, and that's why she's sort of, like, with her or whatever. But, like, just because it's her friend group doesn't mean you have to talk to her. You don't have to be buddy-buddy with her. Like, and, like, and it's to the point where, like, when she was asking about the whole Edward situation, she wasn't even being, like, nice about it. She was sort of just like, damn, that's crazy. Not much happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, really? Weird.
Yeah.
One word responses.
She's the worst.
Yeah.
No, what I was going to say about that is just a couple lines before what you brought up, Maya, on page 113, where, like, she just shows up and, like, to everyone, getting together to go to La Push, and I'm sorry, I have to sidetrack. Can we just all agree the worst line in cinematic history is when they made Eric say, "La push"?
Yeah.
Because I hate that.
The push baby.
That was the baby.
We
That
should've-
had the baby.
I should have put that in that podcast
That should be in our intro. Maybe a little down the road.
Yeah, we can rearrange. I mean, there's
It's-
so many good sound bites.
La push.
It's like kill myself.
Sorry to get sidetracked there. But, well, no, also, that's the reason why my cousin refused to watch the remaining 4 movies. Because of that line.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'd have been cut at Spider Monkey.
I'm excited.
Beer's car off the road.
Does that really?
Tokyo drifts off the road.
Oh no.
What'd you say?
Is there a scene in this book where Edward is vampire jumping and running and tree climbing
I have no
vampire
idea.
style with Bella on his back? Because I don't remember.
I haven't gotten there yet.
You better hold on tight, Spider Monkey.
Why don't you have to breathe a lot?
Breathing in nature.
Heavy breathing in nature. Can't
Alright.
wait to get in on that in the next chapter. Also,
Yikes.
but yeah.
So, anyway, yeah. What I was talking about, how Bella's rude to Mike, when she first shows up to, like, everyone trying to get together to go to La Push, Mike just gets, like, really happy, like, you came, and just, like, starts talking about the weather. And instead of just, you know, having friendly banter, she just goes, I told you I was coming.
Right.
Fuck
She's
off. Why are you constantly just, like...
In a state of
Why can't you just, you know how, what were we talking about the other day? How, like, I have, like, a customer service voice and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and just, like, sometimes you have to read the situation and play along.
Yes.
There's a reason that people do that. It's so that you're not a cold-ass bitch, like Bella's being right here.
Right.
If he's really
ass bitch.
She is. Like,
Another thing she has in common with Edward.
Cold A, B, give a F by Mike.
Add that to my list.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's really happy, and then he's trying to, like, drum up conversation about something else, and she has to talk about, or she just has to bring him back down and just be like, I told you I was coming.
Right.
Like, I could...
I don't get that.
Yeah.
Because, again, it adds zero, like, to the negative side of her charisma. You
Right.
know
She
what I
could've
mean?
said,
Like,
like, I hate
she's
to
already in
disappoint.
the negative. Like, I hate Bella.
I know. It's so... She just makes it so hard not to, sometimes.
Yeah.
Why? And I just, like... Dude, it's sunny. Can you just pretend to be in a good mood?
Right.
Well, that's the other part. Because, what is it, in the next chapter that it is sunny and she's in a great mood?
Yeah.
Can we just
Yeah.
agree that, like, you're unstable?
Yeah, but also, I felt like... While I was reading that part, I was like, is this... does Arizona Bella, like, is her only personality trait that she likes sunshine? Is that it?
Yes. Because, again, she holds no outdoor or active interests or any interests
Right.
at all. There's no beach in Arizona, so there's no tidal pools, which is the only thing she's shown interest in. And again, yeah, it's like we've said in the past, like my theory is Stephanie Meyer only wrote a Forks version of Ella, not a Phoenix version.
I would really like to just suggest some edits. I know we're like 14 years too late, but I'd
just
really
write 'em
like
into
to. Yeah. Just a
Twilight
couple things.
Revisited.
Yeah. We could do it. I think that like a short film version of Twilight with our suggested changes, such as making Mike a golden retriever.
Just a full-on dog
Yes.
at the school with her.
That would be so good.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
He would be wearing clothes. Oh no.
Oh my god.
I bet that sounded good.
I'm so sorry.
She knocked her mic over. That's
Yeah,
what that
sorry.
was.
Sorry.
She dropped the mic on you, host.
All right. No, that would be amazing if they actually made Mike a dog.
Yeah.
That'd be lit.
What do you mean they? This is our next project.
And can we get a reaction, like, from her, too?
Yeah.
Like, the
All
dog
right.
is going to talk to her. She's like,
Since
"Whoa."
we're going in on this, who are we casting as Bella?
Not Kristen Stewart.
No. Okay. Yes. So the more I read this, the more
Who do you see?
I don't know who I see, but let me paint you a picture.
Okay. And I'll name it.
Bella is a small, somewhat awkwardly proportioned, mousy brown, big nose.
Bowling shirt.
She wears glasses, thick glasses. She's kind of pretty, but glasses.
Ruin it.
And,
She's kind of pretty, but glasses.
like that kind of glasses.
Yeah.
And kind of fashion sense, but doesn't really know how to dress in this climate.
Mm-hmm.
That's the person that I'm seeing as Bella, not Kristen Stewart. At all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only thing that Kristen Stewart matches is small. She's tiny. And I think Bella of the books is a tiny person, but in, like, an I can't hold myself up, I'm too weak and frail kind of tiny. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to draw this out.
Okay, I'll work on it.
Yeah.
And then when I have, like, a Bella starter kit, I'll post it to our Instagram.
Yeah.
All right.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Damn it, Tyree.
Damn it, Tyree. I'm gonna put that on our... Oh, also, side note, we have our merch page up now.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
My TwilightFantasyPodcast.com No. Nope.
Working
My
on that.
TwilightFantasyPodcast.threadless.com. And you can get our logo and stuff, but I was just about to say we should put Damn It, Tyree on a
That would be great.
t-shirt in
Just
our
get it on
merch
the back.
page.
Like my Twilight Fantasy.
Yeah.
On the back.
I haven't done it yet, but I want to be, like, the first person to purchase something from the Threadless store.
I do too.
I want to get us each, like, we should all get notebooks and then keep our Twilight podcast notes in.
You're just talking about that.
Yeah,
The
we need to
notebook.
get our notebooks. I think I'm gonna get a phone case.
Ooh,
Yeah, that would be snazzy.
spicy.
It's in white and black now.
Ooh,
We come to work
I
like...
put the black up. Did you see that?
I didn't. I haven't checked yet.
Yeah. It's lit.
Okay, I'm going to do that now.
What about
Okay.
Emma Watson?
No, she's way too good to play Bella.
Oh,
And, like, charismatic.
Yeah, we need, like, a
that's to be a
sewer
lame
rat.
actor.
I'm talking,
damn.
like, me when I was 17.
like
That's
17-year-old
what,
Maya.
yes,
So
I
can
would
it-
be perfect for the role.
I volunteer. What about Bella Thorne, but like with brown hair?
No.
Ew.
Like, she's pretty ratty.
She is ratty.
Remember when she was, like, not ratty?
Yeah.
What happened?
Drugs.
Anna Mongoose?
Tana Monk.
Hello? I'm gonna type in... I keep trying to look for actors. Young female rappers. Young female rappers. Young female...
Iggy Azalea.
Ew. No.
That's... That'd be so crazy. Okay, we should probably... You know who would be a better Bella? I got it.
Ew.
Aubrey Plaza.
Who was Aubrey
I
Plaza?
don't know either. Googling it now.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Parks and Rec?
No.
Oh, I know who Aubrey Plaza
April.
is. Yeah, but she would have to take any funny part of her personality and just put
But she's
that in a
funny
box
because
and
she's
shove it
so
deep down.
goddamn weird.
Yeah, she's fucking weird.
And she's so deadpan. She comes off as having little personality
What about Corey
Yeah.
Mattel?
and scares most
And-
people away. No, we already decided. It's Aubrey Plaza.
It's Aubrey Plaza.
But she's too old.
Well, she wants to date a 117-year-old dude, so...
Right, so she's the right age.
Blake Lively. I was kidding.
You're canceled.
She's a goddess.
I was kidding.
She's a goddess.
What about Lily Collins?
No, you know what?
Aubrey Plaza.
Stop yelling at me.
Blake Lively can play Edward.
I would have no, but I need to have opposition to Edward though, like, as I don't like him.
Yeah, Blake Lively's just too good for this whole thing.
For the whole thing.
For all
She,
of it.
if anything, she should be in the Voltor and she should be Arrow.
She's Rosalie.
T.
Tia. Oh my god. Yeah, guys, we're gonna work on this. We're gonna recast the entire series and just
And we'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you. But we should probably get back to this chapter.
So no Lucy Hale.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take your phone away.
My mom took mine for 2 years. It's fine.
Go
right.
off.
Go an hour without it.
We're getting really sidetracked this episode.
Oh yeah.
But this is
it's
the
fine.
spiciest episode.
This is the spiciest.
It's too spicy to...
I
look at
forget
it
what
directly.
even set us off on that track, though.
About talking about rewriting it, like, and then you said recasting it.
Oh, because Mike's a dog. Oh,
Yeah.
because Bella's rude to Mike.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I expect, like, Jessica, I would think of her, like, as, like, a Regina George.
No, that's
Clout chaser.
Lauren.
Yeah, but in the movies, I feel like those two characters are kind of rolled into one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah. They could have done that for sure.
Joran.
Okay.
Joran.
So should we go more deeply into
The combo.
their conversation?
Please.
Okay. Everything good?
Honestly, I'm having trouble finding our Threadless page. I'm just gonna have to type the URL, and you can't use the this.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I tried to click
It's
on
really
it.
hard.
Yeah.
Do you want me? It's in our email.
True.
Yeah,
But-
just go to that. Okay, so Jacob and Bella kind of catch up, and did you just blow out my candle?
Yeah, the wick is almost done.
But it wasn't yet.
I didn't want it to burn out while I was here. That would make me sad. Do you want me to relight your candle? I'm sorry.
Tyree, you're so chaotic neutral.
Can someone explain that to me?
It's I want to say Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, then I don't care.
Oh,
Anyway,
All right.
I don't want to be done.
It's fine. It's fine. At the beginning, you have to like make your character. It's like a whole worksheet, and your like character motivations are either like chaotic or like order, and then evil, neutral, good, something like that. So chaotic neutral is just someone who creates chaos everywhere they go.
Dabs on the beat.
That's
Yep, that's
absolutely you. Yep, that's me. Anyways, guys, we got to get into this.
Yes.
Okay. So, Jacob, Bella reconnect. They start walking, or something happens where the Cullens are brought up, and one of the Quiet members says the Cullens don't come here.
Sam, wasn't it Sam?
I don't remember.
I think we find that out later on that it was. So yeah, it probably was Sam. Which that relationship there is really different than in the movies. But Bella, that strikes Bella's interest, especially since she's, can't stop thinking about Edward, so on and so forth. And she realizes she has this very young boy who's taken interest in her that she can shamelessly take advantage of and get information out of. So they go for a stroll on the beach, and she starts using words like alluring and smolder. And I want
Which
to punch
is-
her in her goddamn throat.
It's horrifying, but I feel like so she's kind of using Jacob, but also she does seem genuinely interested in him, and like they end up flirting, and she talks about herself as like the only way that she could be considered good at flirting is if she's flirting with someone who's 15. How old is she?
I think she's like 17.
Yeah, 16 or 17.
So it's not that horrifying, but she just is talking about like
she still clearly looks down on him as younger.
yeah. She does.
She makes that very clear.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
like, I'm saying, like, a lot.
No, I say like too much.
But she is using him, but also does genuinely have an interest in him.
Yeah.
And
She
by
does
the end
say,
of it,
like, he's very easy to talk to, and she enjoyed, actually,
I
their
think
conversation.
it becomes genuinely flirtatious.
Yeah, which is,
I felt.
which
You
sort
think
of
so?
Which sort of throws me because she's always like, anytime she talks to Edward, she's either getting like super pissed off or they're having like, a super weird conversation. It's just like she's trying not to like either gawk at him or do all this. Like we'll do too much, and then like with Jacob, everything just comes easier. And
Yeah.
like I know this is like going way ahead, but like when
It would be as
easy
easy as breathing.
Yeah, and it is.
What are you talking about?
An eclipse
an
or
eclipse.
new moon is a new.
I don't
it's
know.
Eclipse. It's like no, it's an eclipse because it's after Edward comes back, and he's like, it would be as easy as breathing with me. Like talking
To-
about her Bella being with
Jacob
Jacob.
says
Jacob
that?
said that
Yeah.
to Bella, yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, in my clip hunting to make the intro, I did see that.
I actually like made a big bold for that too, because when she starts like describing Jacob and like how easy he is to talk to, I put like, I need to start a list for like Edward versus Jacob qualities, because you're so right. Every like the conversation actually flows naturally. It's not tense. It's not awkward. There aren't polar mood changes. Like, it's just normal.
Because Jacob is
except for
amazing.
her inner dumb monologue where she's like has other motivations other than just like being friendly to him, you know?
Right. Jacob deserves so much better than her.
Yeah. Whatever.
I'll say that in the episode.
I have stuff I want to talk about later, like in the end of their conversation, but was there anything more that you guys want to talk about in like the meat of their conversation?
Wait, what's the end of the conversation? Like when they actually start getting into the cold ones and stuff like that?
And then Mike and Jessica come like looking for them.
Oh, I was just gonna mention something about if this hoe didn't put this together, because I know she does her own like research additionally, but like, does this hoe not put it together like in that second?
Low-key did not seem like she did. And then at that very end of the chapter, she's like, I tried not to think about anything at all on my way home. Like, girl, what?
He literally
I'd be
spelled
asking
it out.
so many questions.
Well, yeah, that's one thing I noted is like, you're so right. It was so anticlimactic with how Jacob was just like, they're vampires.
It's the Cullens.
It's specifically Carlisle.
Right. It's actually, no, it wasn't a distant relative.
same
It was
people.
the same person.
Yeah.
Like,
just straight up puts that out
whoa,
there.
that really seemed like a mistake. Like, was that a typo?
Right. Right.
But
I don't know, and then it just pissed me off that this dumb itch. Like, when she's like, oh, yeah, they're vampires. And then she's just like, oh, well, let me go do some additional research. And you have, like, the little, crap, what is that thing where it does, like, the little thing where it, like, shows all the videos, like, clipped together when she's doing her research?
Montage.
Yeah, they do a little montage of her, and she's like, oh, I figured it out. I'm like, and she told you!
yeah, for sure.
Well, they definitely make it, like, slightly more obscure in the book. But, I don't know. I mean, in the movie.
It still shows the Cullens.
It shows the Cullens, but he doesn't necessarily say it.
Yeah.
So they kind of blur that a little bit.
Interesting.
But one thing that, I mean, he basically told her that he's a werewolf also.
Yes.
Not that he is, but like
There are werewolves.
there are werewolves and we are them. Is basically what he came out and said.
But then
and
he
also
tries to like...
he also tries to play it off like,
Right.
these are legends, ha ha ha, whatever.
Kiki.
But he takes some of it seriously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right. And he does say like, I'm not supposed to tell you this.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I won't say anything. And she said something about laying it on too thick, and I'm just like...
Yeah.
Also, I want to just quickly touch on this. In the movie, you see Bella like fake flirting with Jacob.
I know.
And that's something I never would have recognized.
I want to know.
Right. Like all that, that's not genuine. That's not happening by
so
chance. That was a
creepy.
direction. Like someone directed her to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's how book Bella
It was
behaves.
weird.
Yeah.
And then, like, when they were saying how, like, when she asked him to go for the walk with him, and how she, like, looked up in her lashes like something Edward would do, and I'm just like...
And she looks like a fucking earthworm in that scene. She looks so nasty. They're all wet, and she's in that fucking ugly,
Knit.
fugly coat.
Oh.
The magenta.
It's, for me, I know she takes it off, I think, but in the beginning when they're, like, still, like, putting on their wetsuits and whatever,
Yeah.
what is that hat?
I don't. Well, okay.
Just, like, roasting. We never stop roasting her outfits.
Totally. Okay, well, do you remember how I showed you all those, like, behind-the-scenes things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for that scene in the movie specifically, they were trying to do a very similar scene to the movie initially. Like, the fire, and everyone's out and walking around
Yeah.
and whatever. But they couldn't get the weather together. Like, the weather was just, like, continuously shitty. So they
Hashtag
just...
try harder.
Right.
Right. So instead of just, like, moving the shoot day, they fucking just, like, changed the whole thing so that they were sitting in... They said that they, like, asked some random surfers who were there at the beach to borrow their vans to sit in, and they all just wore the rain gear that they were wearing to stay dry.
That's crazy. And by the way,
That's
the director...
lazy.
Yeah, the director's terrible.
Low-key.
She has to be, like, high on something.
Right, I'm like, she's just like,
She's
yes,
crazy.
this, and this. And I'm just like, it's not that deep,
It's
man.
like, Bella.
We're just trying to draw the emotion. Looks at Bella's face. Lack of emotion.
No emotion.
Right. Go off,
But, yeah. So, something I wanted to say, though, with, like, him talking about them being werewolves and the Cullens being vampires, whatever. Jacob says something in this movie, or in this chapter, in their very first conversation, that he doesn't say to Bella until New Moon.
What's that?
In the movie, about werewolves and vampires just being complete enemies. Like, they're made to go against one another type of thing. Because, you know, I think it's a New Moon where she's in her bedroom and Jacob comes and visits her shirtless and
so
perfect.
Boy.
Put on a shirt.
Can I come up? Yeah.
That's just...
No.
You mean
Parkour's on tree.
you mean to tell me that you walk around with no shirt on all the time?
Well, for when he shifts.
Yeah.
He's okay with ripping his shorts, but he has, like, quality...
Why?
Quality thrift store shirts.
Whenever they shift, they rip their clothes.
Okay. So he's just chosen to only care about the shirt aspect of the outfit. He's fine with buying new shoes, new socks, new underwear, and new shorts every time.
He looks good. Just leave it alone. He looks so good.
I mean, I understand...
I just have a deep issue with the continuity of that.
I can't even talk to someone who's
Nothing
shirtless,
makes
to be
sense,
honest.
but
Word.
it makes sense when you look into his abs.
I want to bite one, like, individually. Like, each one.
Have we talked about licking chests?
I think we have,
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah. Our
Then you understand.
level of attractiveness is, like, lick your chest or no. And Jacob is lick your chest, so...
Ugh.
Well, he's bite your
Oh,
chest,
boy.
but... Let's not get into that.
Yikes. Yeah, so that was interesting to me that he pretty much just spelled out for her that werewolves and vampires do not get along.
One other small thing I thought was really interesting is that the word vampire is mentioned actually after they say werewolf for the first time. So werewolves are mentioned as the first monster in this book.
Yeah, yeah.
Priority. Werewolves.
So, yeah, okay. Also, we've talked about this in the past.
Are you ordering stuff?
Yes.
Okay, since it's our stuff, I have a code for you
Lit.
to get it cheaper. So
Hook me up
we'll do
with that
Yeah,
afterwards.
we'll do that later.
But I would like to track throughout this podcast as we read, as our opinions change, as new developments happen, and we see things differently. I want to track whether we're Team Edward or Team Jacob or something else.
I already know what team I am.
Up until this point, I've been Team Fuck Bella.
That's
Yeah.
the only team I've ever been.
Okay,
I mean,
word.
I'm also on that team. Like,
Okay, so you don't feel... Because personally, I wrote down in my notes... Oops, sorry.
When I was younger, I was 100% Team Edward.
Me too.
And then in the movies, it changed my mind, but I wasn't necessarily Team Jacob.
Okay.
No, I was Team Edward in the books and the movies, and then after that, after I, like, came back to it, I was like, I'm Team Jacob. But then at the same time, I'm thinking, like, well, why are both of these hoes obsessed over Bella?
Yeah.
Like, she's literally
Now that I'm older,
garbage.
I'm like, bitch.
You can do better.
Yeah.
Work on yourself.
I'm Team Jedward.
Work on yourself.
Yeah. Jedward, yeah.
Team
Jedward.
Jedward.
Oh my god.
Jacob and
Let's
Edward.
remake that movie where Jacob
I'm
and
sure
Edward leave Bella to...
There's definitely
get
a point
down and
about
dirty.
that exists already, I'm sure.
Oh my god,
I'll look
that
it up.
reminds me. Guys, okay, I don't want to say I found it because I wasn't looking for it.
She found it.
I was
What are
on
you about to
Reddit
say?
today, and I found a link to a Twilight porno.
Whoa.
It wasn't any of the porno, though. It was just, like, the lead-up, which was so...
I don't know what that means, but I want to watch it.
Much worse. Oh, it's horrifying.
It's like, it's right before, like,
There's no sex. There's no sex in it.
right before the penetration. I'm sorry, I just... I said it because I know you didn't like it. I'm sorry.
I
No
quit.
excuse to use the word penetration. So you quit? Did you just unplug your mic?
Just come out of here.
All right, is this our best episode yet or our worst?
It may be our worst, but you know what? We're having a good time. It's fine.
But okay, so I am going to come out at this point in this episode, chapter 6. I am Team Jacob.
Yes.
Right now.
Dab on the beat.
Simply because, even though Bella's an extremely toxic, terrible person, sorry, no offense
to anyone out there.
Anyone who loves this series
and loves Bella.
I don't know.
We love this series.
We do, but
we're
ruthless.
Yeah.
We are ruthless. What I wrote down in my notes, I know we touched on this already a little bit, is that their interactions feel a lot more smooth and warm than Bella and Edward. After just one conversation, after many years apart, their relationship feels way more clear and developed than Bella and Edward.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Like I feel like they know where they stand with each other.
Yeah.
And she just seems so much more comfortable with him.
And also, maybe it's because he's young, but Jacob just gives up the secrets right away. And that's kind of a quality you want in a man, right?
Right. Just tell me what I want to hear, or tell me like now. Instead
but
of
that's
just
also
like,
because she's a 16-year-old girl and he's 14 and he wants to impress her.
He just turned 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think her mousy brown hair and thick-ass glasses are hot? Like, I don't think so.
Why do you think she has glasses?
When you read it, don't you hear her glasses and her personality?
No.
I hear, I want to punch you in the face.
Yeah, I just get like stone-faced girl.
Well, you've also watched the movies a lot more than I have. I've seen them like one time.
Yeah, but even before the movies came out, I never pictured her with glasses.
Okay.
I know exactly how I picture her. Like, she's that girl who always comes to the hospital, comes back, and like plays with her hospital band. Like, really loudly.
You know people like that?
Wait, are you talking about Hal Paul?
Oh!
T, but no. In my arm.
As if you could outrun me.
Hits him with the biggest jam. That's crazy. So you were already 2 hours late, so you could just go ahead and
I think it was 4.
Oh.
Anyway.
So hop on those dishes.
It's piping hot.
All right, so you're Team Jacob.
Jacob.
Right now.
Did you guys see the person who messaged us on Instagram asking us what team we were?
No.
Yeah, I did.
I had a conversation with them.
What'd you say?
I told them, like, all three of us kind of, like, are having changing opinions, and we all disagree.
Yeah, okay. Can we shout that person out on the podcast? Is that
Yeah.
a thing that people do?
And she's been really great. She's actually been one of our earliest followers. She likes all of our posts. She sees all of our stories. She's very nice. And she even said she wants to start her own Twilight account and asked me if she should. And I was like,
Yes,
definitely.
you
yeah,
definitely
there's
should.
a lot, but, like, there's always enough Twilight love to go around. So her name is Paula.
I thought it was Paul when I first saw it. I was just like, is he
No.
just trying to make a different account?
No, her name is Paula. And I don't want to mispronounce her handle, but yeah. Shout out to Paula. Thanks for reaching out.
Thank you.
We're
Yeah,
going
we
to
really
continue
appreciate
to
it.
dive down this Edward or Jacob
Yes. I think it's an
rabbit
important
hole.
thing to...
Yeah. I think we could do a whole episode where we debate who, because I can debate either side.
Same, for sure. Can I, should I buy a mug, or is that unnecessary?
I mean, you drink
Buy
a lot of
whatever
coffee.
you want. Yeah, you drink coffee.
I do drink coffee a lot. But if I...
She's talking about buying our own merch, by the way. Which
Yes,
you guys
I've
should
been-
also go buy.
I have been looking through it this entire time.
I know you have. I mean, it's great. You can't not. We need... Oh, you know what? Guys, look out on our Instagram page. It'll probably already be up by the time that this is posted, but I'm going to post our new logo to Instagram
Yeah.
Hey.
with our merch link in the caption. So look out for that.
I'm about to spend way too much money right now.
It's fine.
Crazy.
Okay, one of the last things I want to mention about the conversation they have, and I kind of brought this up to you guys earlier, but it just made me laugh. When he's talking about the treaty that was made between the Cullens and the tribe, he said that, like, they can't come on their land, otherwise they would the tribe would expose them to the pale faces.
Yes.
And I don't know why it took me till reading that line today for it to actually click in my brain. Because the pale faces to me were always the vampires because
Yeah.
they're the palest faces of everybody.
Right.
But the tribe is just referring to the white people
Yes.
in the town. not vampires.
Which
That
is
never
like-
made sense to me, but now that I'm just like, wow.
Damn.
It all just came together.
That's funny, though.
Which I think that's such a weird flex on the part of the tribe because, like, what are they gonna do?
They're
They're
gonna get 'em.
vampires.
Oh,
The
word?
only thing that can destroy them is each other or a werewolf, right? Basically.
Yeah.
And
Like,
fire.
humans can't really do much. So,
But they can outrun the fire, so it's like...
yeah.
But
I don't know.
that
So,
made
what are
me-
the pale faces gonna do? Like,
Oh,
drool
wow.
at their sparkliness? I don't.
It just made me laugh. Really
Somehow
hard.
rip their
Yeah.
heads off their shoulders and burn them on
Like,
the
how
fire.
did I not know that they were referring to, like...
That
I mean,
didn't
it
register
makes
for me.
sense because the human population has different levels of pale faces, you know, ranging from very pale to not pale at all.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's because
So-
there's only like one black person in the town, so they just they sort of
Tyler.
Like, yeah, they just yeet,
It's Tyler.
they just yeet him out, and then they're like the pale faces. They're not going to tell Tyler, just everyone else.
Oh, yikes.
Oh, but I don't know why it took me so long to realize, but
Yeah.
it definitely made me laugh. Because I don't know why that wasn't obvious to begin with.
All right. Do we want to do like one thing we liked and one thing we didn't like from the chapter?
Well, you guys have to go first because I got to figure that shit out.
Jacob's appearance. That's it.
He's
That's true.
14-year-old boy.
He's 15.
He just turned 15.
I know.
It doesn't matter.
I like Jacob's boyish charm and how like who he is as a person. I mean, like he could have went on the beach and talked to himself for all I cared, and like just had his own scene to himself. I'd have been fine in that. But when Jacob made an appearance, and I had noted something else too, but I left my notes at home, so I always put what I like in asterisks on my notes, so I can always like see it
Look
clearly.
back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jacob's appearance, obviously, and I think... Nope, I can't remember anything else. That's it.
Was there one thing you didn't like?
Yes, how she put Edward in everything.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
Very fair. One thing.
What do you mean?
Like, literally
Oh,
everything...
talking about, like, in the title pools and
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, like, literally everything
Oh,
came
what
back to
Edward was
Edward.
saying.
I couldn't help but think about Edward. I couldn't help but think about what Edward was doing. I was looking at the title pools and thinking about how he used to fall in, and then I thought about Edward and how he said that she was, like, not to fall into the ocean. And then how, like, she's digging for information about Edward from Jacob, and I'm just like, can you just enjoy the moment, please? Like, please.
I think she did for a second, but she was always. I don't know.
She always had that side thing in her head, like, Edward.
Yeah. My one thing that I liked is related to the writing of the book again. I like that the trip to the beach has been discussed in the background for many chapters up to this point. So Bella is, I don't know. I like the way things are woven together. Like the next big thing that's going to happen is the trip to Seattle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or so she's been talking about that in the background too. And I like the way that the weather is relevant and important, and that's been discussed in the background. It feels like everything is thought through and like attended to in that way. There aren't a lot of like random loose ends, except for
Lauren.
things like Holy Crow and the fact that Lauren hasn't
Oh,
existed. And then my one thing I don't like is that the nice weather in this chapter and in the next chapter could have like sparked Bella to think about Phoenix or like something that's happened to her in her past, but she just doesn't exist until she teleported to Forks, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing I wrote was Phoenix Bella doesn't appear to exist at all.
She never has.
Yeah. But also, the way that nature is described in the book, like as a big thing to return to, it makes sense why heavy breathing in nature is like the theme of the movies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
The breathing, even?
Well, that'll come later.
Okay.
But it makes me want to see Forks and like know more about Forks.
I definitely want to visit now,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
If you want to help us fund our fantasy of visiting Forks, maybe consider donating to our Patreon.
Hell yeah.
What's the link
I'm
for
like
that?
I'm getting together all of our
Hell yeah.
social media because
Oh, nice.
I always trip over all this stuff.
Me too.
Oh, so until then, do you want to skip to like meme corner or something?
Yeah, I don't have a meme this week.
I have hella memes.
Well, you're gonna have to carry us through.
Well, are we done talking about this chapter? Are we?
Yeah.
It was clumsy, but I think we hit it all.
It was very clumsy. Sorry, we're not as put together this week. We were, and then we had
Ice cream
sugar.
happened, yeah.
Yeah,
Got the ice cream.
but yeah, I really liked this chapter though. There's
Yeah.
a lot more to it than just Ella. Oh my god, I'm getting
Bedward.
I've done this in previous episodes too. I keep calling him Bedward and Ella. Edward and Bella. I don't know. It's just more than just Bella obsessing over Edward,
Yes. Which
which we need.
we're really
Sick
we've
of.
been through that.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. And more of that in the next chapter, so
I can't
brace
wait.
yourself.
I can't wait till we do a spin-off of like Wattpad stories. I'm gonna be all over that.
All right, go ahead and share your memes.
Oh, mine was me insert slightly bent $1 bill into the vending machine. The vending machine. What the cinnamon toast F is this?
That's the way you curse.
Yeah. What the cinnamon toast fluck is this? Is that
Fluck?
better? Fluck.
I don't like that.
What the cinnamon toast duck is this? Tuck is this?
Are you trying to say fuck?
I mean, that was implied.
Oh.
And it was mostly just memes I sent to the group chat, which is what we actively do. That's all we do in our group chat is send memes.
Maya?
I am still trying to find one.
I'm gonna do this one.
No, you should deliver that one. That's too sad for me. Oh, I got one that's perfect, actually.
Okay.
So, we were supposed to we were going to record a Patreon episode today with special guest Paul, who we talk about all the time,
Loser.
our other
Oh,
coworker.
we didn't do our poll update.
Yeah,
F
let's do
him.
that.
F
Okay.
him and
Oh,
his
go
chicken
ahead.
strips.
He sent a meme in the group chat, and it was very fitting for this moment. It's like, friend, don't get your hopes up too high. My hopes, a picture of Snoop Dogg smoking a joint and like squinting through really red eyes. And in the group chat I said, us at the prospect of you actually coming to our podcast, and he sent back a broken heart, and I said, same.
Yeah,
I thought that was Tyree who sent the broken heart.
No, that was
I don't
him.
know. I only ever look at it for like 30 seconds.
No, I was like,
Rude.
I was literally
Sorry.
clapping in my car. I was like, yes, tell him.
You shouldn't read text while you drive.
Yeah, and no, I just wasn't gonna text it while I was driving. I was at a stoplight,
Okay, word.
and I like glanced at it, and I was just like, because I like saw what he sent, and then I saw what you said, and I was like, preach.
Yeah, don't text and drive.
I know.
Listen to us and drive.
Yes.
No, I wanted to like just give you like a exclamation point, and be like, tell him.
Aw.
I was gonna send like a video, like one of those video things, and be like, "You better get him," but then I didn't want that like to be in the text. just me. You better get him.
All right.
Oh, what's
Paul
our
update?
Paul update?
He sucks.
He made me a little mad this weekend, but it's fine. I'm over it.
What were you mad about?
By his lateness because of his car.
Which day?
What time?
He
All
was
of
on
them?
time on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah, but only because he had to leave early. That's the only reason why I think he should have won.
Yeah,
I don't recall that.
Yeah,
he was
we were-
there before Tyree.
No, I was there before him,
Oh.
and then I saw him walk in because me and Maya were placing bets when he was going to show up, and then she said he thinks he's going to need a.
Also,
wake-up
why do
call.
you get to work like 20 minutes early, but then wait 5 minutes late to come in?
Oh, because I'm usually always getting my life together in my car.
Same. I used to do that a lot. Like, I would show up, like, very early and then just, like, have a moment to myself with my coffee in the car. And
Lose track of time.
for the last, like, 6 months, I've just been flying by the seat of my pants, as my mom would say, through life. Like, just absolutely scraping.
Same.
Scraping
I feel
by.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like I'll sit in my car. Like I'm talking about like hair's not brushed. I still got crusties in my eye. Like
Girl,
little
I
white
used
don't
to be,
remember the
like-
last time I brushed my hair, to be honest with you.
I used to be like a half hour to an hour early every
Yeah, I
every day.
remember that.
I can't anymore.
What's
I'm
the point?
tired. Exactly. There's no point to any of this.
Yeah, my bad for coming in late though. I just like sit in my car because usually like I'll sit there, I'll watch like an anime. Like I just finished this
A
one.
whole anime?
Not like a whole one. Maybe like a couple episodes.
Excuse me?
Well, like, some of them are only, like, 20 minutes, but then, like, the last... Well, listen. What? Listen, it's like, the anime will be, like, 20 minutes, but then, like, the freaking opening's 3 minutes, and then you could, close the, last, like, you could skip to the next episode, like, 5 minutes before it ends, because it's just, like, a recap of what happened in the episode, all 10 minutes that happened, and you're just like, alright.
So it's, like, a 12-minute thing.
Yeah.
Not like a 45-minute thing.
Yeah, no. I'm not showing up that early, but yeah. And then I look up and I'm like, oh, I have 5 minutes. And I haven't done anything with myself. Like, there was one time I like literally like I have a pack and go toothbrush. So like, I've done that before in the car. Just like,
How does that work?
it's literally just like a toothbrush, and then you have like a little miniature toothpaste. I had some water in my car.
But you have to, like, provide your own water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to, but, like, I can't brush my teeth without my toothbrush being, like, wetted.
Talking about this makes me want to go brush my teeth.
Yeah, I still have my pack and go toothbrush.
Honestly, I haven't been listening to the last 2 minutes of the conversation. I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of this meeting tomorrow.
Oops, I slept in. Bite me.
Or
That
like,
doesn't work with the State Department.
I'm sick.
I couldn't come to the State
Ooh,
Department
you whore.
sick. Yeah, I don't know. What's the meeting about?
I'll tell you
All
later.
right, let's wrap this up then.
Okay.
Call update? No, did we do that already?
I don't know.
We asked him to come in today,
He
and
was
he
gonna
flaked.
come, and we were gonna do a Patreon episode. And you could...
Ho said, I said something rude in the group chat, and he was like, well, first of all, I never agreed to come. Like, we talked about it multiple times, one-on-one, itch.
for the past couple of weeks.
Yes.
And then what pissed me off is like I'm thinking he's gonna bail. Like, is he actually gonna come? But then he said what ice cream flavor he wanted, so I'm
Right.
thinking like he's all in. He's
And
coming.
I said, tell me what ice cream you want as a form of RSVP. And he told me.
Yeah.
So, yes, you did agree.
Yeah. As soon, like, I got your effing ice cream itch. Like, and then he's just like, oh, I think I might have to be closing tonight. I'm like, you literally could have just said you made plans. And got out of it like that. But no, because we're not a priority. So, here we go.
And on that happy note, peace, love, and Twilight, itch.
End podcast.
Wait. All right.
Slam button.
I've got a couple more things to say. Hold on.
But we're done.
So, no, over the past couple of days, we are recording these a bit early, but over the past couple of days, we've been shown a lot of love.
Yeah.
And we've gained a lot of new followers, so keep sharing us with everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so much. But right now, our biggest place of communication is through Instagram. So follow us at My Twilight Fantasy. On Twitter, we're at Twilight Podcast. If you have any thoughts on anything that we discuss, or things you want us to discuss, or things you just want to send us, My Twilight Fantasy Podcast at gmail.com. We're also on Tumblr at My Twilight Fantasy. We have a Patreon account that we're putting bonus episodes up. Mm-hmm. And next week, right, we're putting up, or later this week, actually. Well, this is going to be in the future we're talking, but we're going to start putting a couple episodes up early on Patreon for those who want to subscribe there and check those out.
And that'll already be, by the time you're hearing this, that will already be an established
those will
thing.
be up. And then lastly, our merch, like we talked about, our site is up. It's mytwilightfantasypodcast.threadless.com. And we have a couple of different of our logos available on different merch items, but we're going to start sporting those here soon.
Yeah.
So
Join me in sipping tea as I listen to the podcast out of a latte mug.
yeah,
With My
hell
Twilight
yeah.
Fantasy on
I'm
it.
so excited. I'm going to get a t-shirt and
Get phone cases. I think we should just all come in like on a Saturday, just Twilight gear. Like,
Yeah.
hell yeah. But yeah, that's where you guys can find us. But thanks for tuning in. I know this one was kind of a shit show, but we made it through, guys.
Yeah.
It was great. Stop showing memes.
When do you want to see them?
All right. You guys got anything else?
Nah.
All right. Well, as always,
Peace.
love.
And Twilight.
Bye.
Bye.